Hey guys, so if you had a look at my Instagram stories yesterday, I put up a series of ways that you could potentially save some money over this crisis, let's say. I don't know about your financial situation, but for me, being a freelancer, I just really wanted to reduce the risk of my finances, really. I just wanted to, at the moment, I just needed to reduce it as much as possible. So I was really looking at ways to do that. And so first off, I kind of looked through my bank, went online to my bank accounts and just looked at all the standing orders and direct debits that were coming out. And then I just kind of figured out if I actually needed them or if I didn't. And I noted them down and then I worked from there. So a few things I figured out that you can save money on. The first thing is, well, I've got BT Broadband. So I was on like a really old package back in 2012. I've been out of contract for like 8 years, and I was paying like over, well, nearly 85-90 pounds for my broadband. And since that time, broadband prices have absolutely crashed because of competition, etc. So I managed to get my broadband down to 44.99 as of tomorrow. So, well, as of today, in fact. And I managed to get, with that, I managed to get a new router and a new Wi-Fi router as well. So I can now get Wi-Fi in my whole flat. So not only have I got cheaper broadband, but I've got new IT equipment that they've given me that just makes things speed up. My Wi-Fi is a lot more speedy and I've got better upload and download speed. So, you know, why I didn't do this in the past, who knows, but I did it today and I saved 50%. Then I looked, obviously BT Sport's a big winner really, because, well, to save money, not for them, because obviously the Premier League's been cancelled. I don't know what date, but I know there's not going to be any games on for quite some time. So you can always call up. I called them up. I think you can do it online as well, but I called up BT and cancelled it at the same time as I did my broadband. Then you've got Sky TV. I looked at my Sky TV package, and the first thing obviously is the sports package. You know, I'm a massive Formula 1 fan and I'm a massive football fan. So when there's not those two on, I was like, well, is there much point in paying? Now, Sky are doing a deal where they will give it to you for free for 3 months if you keep the package on. But for me, I was just like, you know what? I'm trying to save a bit of money. Let's just forget about that. I can always add it on a later date. So I looked at my Sky package, and actually I've got this thing called Sky Multi-Room, where in one room in my house I can watch something different to, say, what someone's looking at in the front room. But I live on my own, so there's really no need for that. So I cancelled that. I cancelled a movie package, a couple of other packages, can't remember the name of them, but I really got my price down to, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was definitely half price. I was paying about £120 per month on Sky, and I think I got it down to about £65. So again, a massive saving there. Then another thing as well, I looked at my insurances, so my pet insurance, my life insurance, and just making sure that, my home insurance as well, making sure that everything on my pet insurance, making sure I'm getting the best deal. I called them up and they couldn't actually do anything in terms of just reducing my cover payment. They are looking at doing that maybe in a month's time. The founders, they said, are kind of getting together and seeing if they could do something, maybe offer a 20% discount. So it's worth keeping an eye on that. But also insurances like home insurance, how often do we not look at our contents insurance and make sure that all those big purchases that we insured 10 years ago are still kind of relevant? You know, I've got a TV and a watch that actually I insured and I still been insuring on my content insurance, but actually I no longer have those items. Well, it turned out that I didn't add other items on that I've got over the period of time, so it probably works out the same, but it's definitely something to look at. And then life insurance, at the moment, I didn't really find anything there, but you may find that there's a better deal, or you've got multiple insurances that you don't really potentially need. The next thing is I looked at as well is Spotify and Amazon Prime. Well, actually, I get Spotify and Amazon Prime with my other insurances. So my health insurance, which is with Vitality Health, give free Amazon Prime. so I can cancel my Amazon Prime and then rejoin with the Vitality Health benefit. So, and I think maybe my Vodafone package that I signed up to, my Vodafone phone package, allows me to get 12 months free Spotify. So that's another thing that you can cancel and get on one of your other contracts. So if you're trying to save maybe 20 to 30 pounds a month on that, it's definitely worth looking into. And Amazon Prime, I think, is what, 70 pounds per year. Spotify is about 10 pounds per month. Then I looked at, my mortgage, and a lot of the mortgage companies out there are giving mortgage holidays for up to 3 months right now. So that's definitely one thing to look at, because for most people, that is probably the biggest bill that you're going to have. I'm sure council tax, I got a bill in for my council tax from Lambeth about a week ago. And at the moment, that seems to be pretty normal. They're not giving any relief on that, but that may change, who knows. That's another bill that might come down potentially, or even deferred. Also, while I'm on it, actually, I know today that the government announced that VAT payments are being deferred. So the next VAT payment is, I don't think we're going to pay VAT up until maybe July this year, but it will be deferred. So you will have to pay it eventually, but it's just a deferred payment. And the same with your self-assessment. I think they're deferring payment until maybe January 2021. Don't quote that, I'm not exactly sure. It was on the TV a bit earlier. So and then I've got my Apple subscriptions. So I went through all my Apple subscriptions, and actually one thing, check how much usage you're using on iCloud. Can you reduce it to the free level, the free storage level? I couldn't. I use it so much. So but there's other things. I looked at my subscription. I was actually paying for, shameless, but I was paying for Bumble and Raya. I wasn't paying for Tinder, but I was paying for these dating apps as well. So they're gone, and I'm just using the free service now. So I'm saving quite a bit of money per month on those. But there was other apps that I use on subscriptions, and that was a scanning app that I don't really use anymore. An OCR app, which is very similar to scanning, that I was paying for as well. Some video crop and editing tools that I was paying a subscription for. So just have a look at your Apple subscriptions, because you can really save a bit of money there as well. I did ask on Instagram stories a couple of if anyone knew of any saving tips, and a few did come through that I didn't know already. One was the Adobe Creative package. So basically, if you use Lightroom, Photoshop and stuff, you pay per month these days. So what you can do is you can just cancel. Well, you actually go to cancel it, don't actually cancel it, but when you say you're going to cancel, they offer you 60 days free, which is, I think it's around £35 a month again. So you're saving yourself a bit of money there, around £60 there. Also a couple of real kind of basic things. Change from the big brands to smaller brands that are a bit more cheaper if you can get those items in the supermarket. And another thing, if you're a wine enthusiast, make sure that you don't look eye level when you're picking a wine. Look at the bottom shelf, because the ones that are eye level are the ones they make most profit on, and the ones that the supermarkets want to sell to you. So yeah, they were a couple of other sort of money saving tips that some guys kind of sent me over from Instagram. But yeah, all in all, I think I managed to save myself around £300 per month. And I know it's only £300 a month, but for me that's actually quite a significant saving, because at the moment, if this COVID-19 and the level of work that I'm going to get in as a freelancer is going to decrease over now for the next, say, 6 months, then you never know, that £300 per month may really help. Maybe not right now, but it may help in 3 months' time. So just think about it, and if you can let me know, let me know your saving tips. It'd be great to share as a community, because I know by putting up my Instagram story, a lot of my friends did the same exercise as well, because it's not something that we should do in crisis. It's actually something we should probably do every year or two, and look at different contracts, gas, electricity. At the moment it's a really good time to kind of look at everything, especially as a lot of us are working remotely or working from home. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's been informative. I'm just going to post it in a bit. So thank you so much, comment below, and have a good day. Have a good one.